And I'm shaking, and here comes two Indians that I don't know. They have been sent by the professor to pick me, and they give me temporary accommodation, the place they were staying. I don't know, after temporary accommodation, what happens. Luckily, I guess another person who was looking for a roommate, he used to stay in a 2-bedroom apartment around the school, actually around the space center. So I get this person, I get one of the room there, I start staying there. A 2-bedroom apartment is a big house. It's not like you have your own place where restrooms, your own place for bathing and all that. So I started living there until when I graduated. So it was kind of challenging. And then later on, come to know some people here and there. There's another student I came to know who was doing his PhD at the school, who is a Kenyan. I think he's still continuing his PhD there. And now life begins picking up. And with no time is over at the school. You're graduating. And after graduation, the graduation was colorful because I felt good of what I personally achieved in my course, business analytics. As I say now, a GPA of 3.9 out of 4.0, which I pride myself off because I know it's a lot. It calls for a lot of dedication and determination to get to that level. So that has been majorly my journey. And when I relocated to the US, I was assisting a lot in student affairs for the Kenya Lift program, that time when it was picking up. And I continued doing that even as I continued with my studies and even as I continued working for the school. I continued working for the program with a lot of dedication. And during my graduation time, Bob came and for my graduation, and it was like, let's go now and work full time. We get into he uncovered 10-hour drive from Florida to Alabama, and we took another journey to see other students across different states in the U.S. Before now, I went back. I just picked my suitcase, a small suitcase, and from my house in Alabama, and put it in the car, and I'm off to Florida. Like one of the places that I ever dreamt of living and staying. I went and staying there. And currently, I work and live there. And we work for the program. Our program, we have offices in Tampa City, which is one of the main cities in Florida. So our company is located there. My essence of, I've been in Kenya, this is my second time since I went to the US. I didn't go and stay there, and I just like coming back. And, it's about the gospel that we are trying to preach that is going to transform our society. The gospel that if you passionately believe in your dreams, because I personally come from a very humble family. Martin can be with you witness. He knows most of the challenges that we aren't those times at Egerton. He shares my story a lot. And, at the height of all that, there was the hope that at one time, if I just give my best, things will work for the better. I know so many times it's just the situation that people experience, most of the people, students experience. Life is not easy, so you have to clear a path for others to come and use the same path. So it's about believing in yourself. This is a long journey. For me, I joined in 2018. It took me almost 2017 actually, but it took me 3 years before I could finally relocate to the US. if I was a person who wouldn't give up easily, I couldn't be in the US because there were so many reasons for giving up. As I said, it's just working on something you're not even sure if it will amount to anything. So it's like chasing the weed. You don't know what's going to happen. I end there. But you keep strong and you keep the hope and you keep the faith and get out of the way to make things happen.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Upstack America. Upstack America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstackamerica.com. Upstack America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential within you.
So that is why I felt like this would be a very perfect moment to engage many of you who are looking forward towards actualizing their dream in the US. As I've said, it's pursuing the American dream. The American dream is real. It's not, the moment you get out of Kenya, when you're in Kenya, and I think this is something that I used to think, you think you're in the best country possible, the best country in the world. I'm not saying Kenya is not a good country, but there's a certain level your mind is confined. There's msemo in Kiswahili says that it's not just your mother, I don't know how to put it, it's not just your mother who cooks well. If you move outside there, you taste many foods and get to realize that, there are some even wonderful cooks outside there. So the moment you get out of Kenya, actually, you get to really experience the change. You get to really understand that we are in a done-one country. There's nothing wrong with being in a done-one country, but what I'm trying to put is there are limits that we shouldn't break. We should not put ourselves in a certain cocoon that this is the far we can go. There's so many great things outside there. Because my family was struggling the time I was I made the resolve to pursue this dream. There was no money at all. I was struggling in Nairobi, actually, ending somewhere in Odero. So, but now there's this thing that I was carrying inside me. And I've been able to do so much for myself and my family. I have siblings who are in the university. My brother actually got a visa to go to the United States in the state of Michigan to do his master's in cybersecurity. This is something that I couldn't think of some years back. When I went there, I made some good money. I was able to, when my dad retired and decided, as part of this retirement package, I'm gonna drop a bungalow. And then he dropped a bungalow. And then it becomes a shell. There is no money inside, it's nothing. So it came to a point where I'm like, let me do something at least with whatever I'm getting and assist this own man. So we are able to do that, and there are so many things that we look forward, personally look forward to us doing. So it's possible. And how do you join the program? Because I think this is a question that so many of you would ask themselves. Before I go to the point where now we can get to engage about how even to join the program, I'll invite questions about this whole journey. And then I'll cover the session on how now you can be part of this noble cause.
You've been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by Upstack America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.